So, can I solve the murderer of Twin Peaks? I'm not sure, but let's get into it. So, welcome to the video. I've just started Twin Peaks. I've watched one episode so far, and I thought to myself, can I solve this? Okay, obviously I'm going to watch more. I'm not going to try and solve it after one episode. But I recently watched a video of someone trying to solve the mystery of who shot Mr. Burns. So while I was watching this, I kind of thought, could I do a similar video? I don't even know if it's possible. I don't even know if it's meant to be a secret in a way that maybe they're going to tell me who it is in episode 2. I don't know. But in my mind, I'm like, maybe I should try. It could be quite fun, I think. So I'm just going to give it a go. It might fail. I might be completely wrong. It might be easy as well. I don't know. Maybe it's not meant to be something that's difficult to solve. But I don't know. I literally know nothing. I've only seen the episode 1 yesterday. Going into it, I didn't know anything. I didn't even know there was like a murder that happened at the start. And yeah, I've seen one episode. I wanted to give like a few thoughts that I have, and then I guess I'll watch more episodes. So instantly, it's gonna be tough here because I don't have much information about it from many people yet. But instantly, I'm not suspecting Bobby, nor am I suspecting Donna or Shelley. Now, I don't know. It's obviously very obvious it could be them, especially Bobby, but I just feel like it's too obvious. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of these kind of mystery type shows slash movies, and a lot of the time it's either two options. I'm not saying it's going to be this option here because it's David Lynch. If any show is going to do something different, it's going to be this one. But typically, there's two options. One is that it's someone who's not even a suspect, and two is that it's an option it's multiple people, right? I don't know if it's gonna be one of those, but right now I'm saying if it is one of those two options, maybe say if it's someone who's not necessarily a suspect but a main character, maybe it could be her parents. I don't think it is. There's nothing really that's happened that's like implying that, but that would be my guess if I was gonna go down the real shocking route. If it was a group of people, maybe it could be Bobby and other people. I feel like there's a chance it could be maybe a couple people, not in like a conspiracy kind of teaming up way, but just maybe like a couple people led to her dying, if that makes sense. Maybe everyone is a little bit guilty. I don't know how that would be possible, but in theory, maybe someone sets her up and then that leads to her here, and maybe someone gives her drugs. I don't know. I'm not sure. I really don't know. And like James Hurley, I'm also a little bit suspicious of. He gives me weird vibes. I don't like him yet. But again, is it too obvious that it would be him? I don't know. But right now, James Hurley would be my. If I just had to pick one person, I would go James. That's the other thing. They had the letters under the nails, which was a T and an R. That's definitely coming back. That's definitely going to be something. The only thing I can think of right now is because I was like TR. Is it spelling something? Maybe it's spelling out Truman. I don't know. I don't know why we would spell it Truman. Yeah, I hope it's. I don't think it's any of the police like Hawk or Andy. So yeah, right now, honestly, I'm really in. I'm really out there. I have no idea what's going on. Lucy is decent. I like Lucy. I'm just trying to name every character I can think of. I have wrote a couple down, as you could probably tell. Mike, I don't think it's gonna be Mike. I don't even know if he's going to pop back up that much. I don't know if he's a main character, but Mike, I don't know. Audrey. Oh, Audrey is interesting. Audrey and Ben. Yeah, I don't know about those two. I think I don't like Ben, but I don't think it'd be Ben. Maybe it's Audrey, but again, I don't know the reasons people would do stuff yet. But yeah. So right now, my guess is I'm going to do three guesses, three different branches, and I'm sure in the next clip I'll probably change my mind. But option 1 is Audrey slash Ben, or maybe James Hurley. Those are like my maybes. I think it could be a couple people either grouping up or incidentally resulting in the death, or actually no, it can't be an incidental death. Okay, anyway, or it's going to be someone who's not like a suspect but is a main character. For example, like I don't know, like Lucy, not Lucy, but someone like Lucy or Laura's parents or something like that. I don't know. Again, I don't know why that would happen. Actually, no, it can't be Laura's parents because it could be connected to death, like a murder from last year. So why would Laura? Yeah, okay, maybe not Laura's parents, but I think it could be someone who's in it but not being suspected. and then it'd be them, and it'd be like, oh, it's them. That's what I'm leaning towards right now, but who knows? I'm probably not going to do a clip after every single episode, but probably every 2 or 3 episodes that I watch, when I have like a new idea, I'll probably do a little update. But yeah, those are my thoughts after episode 1. I will be back with a new update soon, and yeah, let's see if I can solve this murder. So I've now seen episodes 2 and 3, and I'm already doubting this is even going to be a video because, like, the episode ended, episode 3, with him saying he knows who the killer is. So I'm kind of worried now that it's not even meant to be like a surprise or a mystery or anything like that. Obviously there is to a degree, but like, is it meant to be a surprise that I solve it? Do you know what I mean? Or is it going to be like, yeah, well, we are meant to know who it is after episode 4? I don't know. Like, the next episode I could just find out who it is, and it's like, okay, I might already know who it is. I don't know. I'm getting worried now. But I'm gonna share my thoughts anyway, but this might just be a reaction to Twin Peaks rather than can I solve Twin Peaks, because I feel like it might not even be a thing to solve, but we'll see. I just wanted to put that out there. That being said, I have got some information, so I'm going to try and solve this as if it's meant to be solved, but at the back of my mind I feel like it's not possible, or it's too easy. So I know that Laura slept with 3 different people in the last 24 hours. I'm assuming one is James, one is Bobby. I'm not sure what the third one is yet. I don't know who the third person is going to be, so that could be something. Leo had the bloody shirt thing, where the bloody shirt, and Shelley washed it and he got really angry. So I'm already suspecting him. I don't think it's too easy that it's just him outright, but he's definitely got some red flags going on. Right now in my good books, Shelley, James and Bobby, they might have some skeletons, but I don't think they're the murderers. Definitely not. Or I don't think they're involved in a large scale. Dr. Jacoby has the necklace. I don't know how he even found it, because they just buried it in the ground. I don't know if it's going to reveal how he found it, but he found the necklace somehow. So yeah, I'm a little bit suspicious of him naturally. I don't know if he's going to be the murderer necessarily, but he might have had a hand in it. And the reason I think that is because there's one big bit of information they do, or one kind of foreshadow, is the thing that Dale does with the bottles. Now, obviously, it's kind of done as a joke, but I feel like that's the kind of thing that you do kind of give a little thing. So when someone rewatches it, they're like, okay. So the big 3 things: the bottle hit on Jacoby, but it didn't break. It didn't hit with Shelley, but it rebounded off the tree and hit someone else in the head. And it broke with Leo. So I'm now like, oh, okay. Is there something, because obviously Jacoby has the necklace as well, and it didn't break or hit with Shelley, but it did rebound off the tree. So maybe it's like Shelley knows who did it and Leo did it, and Jacoby, because it didn't break with him, maybe he influenced it. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but I'm kind of thinking that's not actually just a joke. I feel like there's something there, right? And the other big thing is the dream, which is why I'm doubting myself on this even being possible with this video. It's because the guy with the long hair, I think he said his name was Bob. He said he's going to kill again. So I'm just like, was it just Bob? I don't know. Is Bob the guy? Maybe. And there's also Mike. I don't know who Mike is. I don't know if he's good or bad. I don't even know if he's real. Neither do I know if Bob's real. But now I'm starting to be like, is there going to be some weird, like spiritual, supernatural thing going on? Because if there is, I've got myself in for more than I expected. But yeah, that's my current findings. I'll probably watch another 2 or 3 episodes unless something huge happens. And yeah, I'm also getting worried now that either the next episode I'm going to find out, or the opposite, is going to be like the end of season 2 I find out. It's like, But anyway, I'm in it for a long run. I'll be back at some point. So I am back. It's been a while since you've seen me. I won't lie, it took a while without watching Twin Peaks, just because I had a lot of stuff on. Not because I didn't want to watch Twin Peaks, but it's literally been like a month or 2 since I did my last update. So I won't lie, when I got back into Twin Peaks the other day, I had to like refresh my mind on who was even who. So I might have forgotten a couple of things. I won't lie, I've got to be honest. But I have been doing a little chart. I've got a little chart of stuff here. I need to go over a couple of things that's happened. I've now got up to episode 7. I'm about to watch episode 8 in a minute, and then I'll do my finale reaction, I guess. But yeah, so I've seen up to episode 7 now. Some big things that happened. Hank's attacked Leo. I've definitely got questions about Hank. There was actually a very interesting shot with Hank when the phone rings and is it Josie? Josie, who goes to pick it up, and then she like stops for a second before she does, and there's like a bear in the background. That seems like an intentional shot. I feel like that's saying something. I've also got a theory maybe Josie's doing a bit more than it looks, because, you know, I think she could have killed her ex-husband maybe. Maybe her dating Harry is more of a sneaky thing. I don't know. The people I think is probably safe, or at least not a direct suspect. Bobby and Shelley, I actually kind of like them. I don't know if I'm meant to, but I actually really like Bobby and Shelley. I don't know how popular that is of a thing to say, but those two I'm kind of liking. I hope it's none of them. Leo is definitely very dodgy, but I don't necessarily think it is Leo. I think he's too obvious that it's going to be him. But he's definitely involved, I think. Same with Jacoby. I think he's too weird. He's definitely involved somehow. He's too weird not to be involved, but I don't think it would be him necessarily. I don't know, honestly. Obviously, I know Laura's slept with 3 people in the last 24 hours before she died. I'm assuming Bobby and James are both of those. I don't know who the third one would be. Maybe Leo? I don't know. But it's definitely not Jacoby, or at least he said it's not him. And I kind of believe, I believe that. There has been a couple of things that's happened that I think is not a coincidence, right? So the bottle thing, which I've already mentioned, I do think that's a big clue. Again, I don't necessarily think it means that Leo is involved or directly. I'm not 100% sure how, but I do think maybe it's like a Shelley is loosely involved, and then Leo did something, and, you know, maybe Jacoby was the reason she got attacked. I don't know. I'm really spitballing here, but I do think Shelley is loosely connected to something. Leo is the person who did something, and Jacoby's maybe set her up or set her up on something. So I don't necessarily think it shows who murdered her, but I think it might have something to do with the events leading up to it, maybe. I think the bottle thing, while kind of seen as a joke, that's the kind of thing put in there that people then watch again after knowing what happens, and they go, oh, that makes sense, actually. I get that now. So that's a big thing. There's a lot of things with owls. I don't know if the owls are, you know, is it an owl? I don't know. I've put owls question mark because there's a lot of stuff about owls. I'm assuming that comes into something at some point or some kind of connection. But yeah, there's a lot of mention of owls. Obviously, there's that Bob guy. I am starting to now just believe it's definitely Bob who did it, and he kind of possessed someone to do it. That's kind of the route I'm going down right now. There's also the letters under the nails, which was definitely T and an R. Was there also another letter? There might be another letter, I can't remember. But there was definitely a T and an R. That's going to spell a word. I don't know what the word would be spelling. I also don't know why they would be spelling that. I'm not sure. Ben is dodgy. I'm not liking Ben. Again, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be him, but I don't like him as a person. But yeah, the people I think are safe, definitely Bobby, definitely Shelley. I kind of do trust James and Donna as well. Although, again, I feel like the solution is probably going to be that they all are involved loosely. As in, like, you know, probably I imagine Laura meets all of them at some point before she dies on that night. So I don't think it's Donna who did the murder, but I do think it could be. I do think it could be Leo at stretch. But the route I'm really going down, the route I'm really kind of thinking is going to be, I think it's going to be someone who's not a suspect. I've said that from the start. You know, they're kind of jokey things, but, you know, Simpsons did a mystery where it was Maggie. I remember a long time ago there was a show called EastEnders that did one, it to end up being another kid. There's definitely, like, almost every murder mystery I've watched, even Knives Out to a degree, there's always like the cast of suspects. I mean, there's always someone who's like still there. You still know that it's not just a new character, but there's always someone who's just like, oh, I didn't even think about him. So I think it is going to be something like that. It doesn't leave me with many people where it could be. Obviously, it could be one of the police, although I don't think that. It could be one of the parents. You know, the dad's doing the weird dancing thing. I know he's probably just grieving, but maybe it's the dad or the mum, or like Laura's dad or mum. I don't know. I don't know who else it could be if it's not one of those. I'm also starting to doubt now. Again, I don't think this is an option, but I'm also like, what if Laura's not dead? You know what I mean? It's something like that. Now I'm getting worried that I haven't, covered all the routes. There was a couple of things I do want to talk about though. There was a phrase, again, similar to the bottle thing, where it's kind of treated as a joke. There was the woman who looks at the, what's it called, like her little log or whatever it is, and she was like, talking through him. And what she said there, I feel like is a big clue. I haven't solved the clue, but I think it's big. She said there's laughing, two men, two girls, right? Flashlights pass by, owls. Later, his footsteps, there's one man, there's a scream, and then there's a girl's voice in the distance. Now, I first thought of one thing that it was, two men, two girls. The two men attack the two girls, and then later a man walks by as he's looking, maybe. And then I kind of changed my path, and I was like, what if the two men, two girls are just, Laura, Renette, and then I don't know who the two guys could be. That's the only thing. But then the flashlights pass by, footsteps, one man, and that one man is the guy who did it. Do you know what I mean? The two men at the start's not the guys who did it. It's the one man who did it. Screams from the attack, and then the one voice is Laura after dying, maybe. In that case, the one man who did it, I don't know. Obviously, it could be Bob, but I don't think it is that. If I had to pick a suspect, like an actual suspect guy, who I think is likely to be, I would probably say Jacoby or James as like a out there one. I don't think it's Leo. I don't think it's gonna be Leo because it's too obvious. If I had to then pick a guy who it could be, maybe it could be. It's not gonna be Harry. I don't think. Cooper would be weird. I don't. Oh, maybe. But the one thing on my mind is that there was a murder. I can't remember where the other murder was, but there was a murder not in Twin Peaks that is connected because he had the nail under the letter with the nail. So now I'm thinking like, could it be Cooper? Because he's the only one who doesn't live in Twin Peaks. You know what I mean? He's arrived. I don't think it is, but that's an option. Again, it could be the dad, just because he's going on the through that it's a man passing by. It could be the dad. Yeah, I'm disappointed with how I've done so far. I don't think I'm doing very well. I feel like I'm gonna be, failing this pretty badly. Oh, Hank actually. Hank is my one guy who I'm like, if there's no one kind of shocking, I'm kind of thinking it could be Hank. Because of the bear shot, he's also kind of a bit weird. And the other thing as well I forgot to say is, because they did the thing with the J, you got Josie, Jacoby, James. They tested all the J with the balls. They didn't do Hank Jennings there, and that's something I'm like, oh, maybe they missed the one guy with J in his name that they didn't do. So Hank is the one guy I'm leaning towards right now. My top suspect is Hank. My side suspects are like Jacoby, maybe James, but I don't think it was James. And my out there ones are one of the police people and Laura's parents, or someone I'm not thinking of. Maybe Ben. I don't know. I don't think it's Aubrey. I don't think it's definitely not Shelley or Bobby. And maybe, who knows, maybe Laura's alive. But yeah, about to go watch it. I'm literally going to be back in about an hour to film my final video. I'm also very scared I'm not going to find out who it is. But yeah, here I go. So it happened. Basically exactly what I thought was going to happen. We didn't find out. Ah, man, I knew that was going to happen. About 2 episodes in, I was like, wait, I'm not going to find out who this is, am I? It's definitely annoying. It's definitely very annoying. I haven't cleared up my answers too much, really. They did say about the two men, two girls thing. I think they said it was Jax and Leo, and then Renette and Laura. So they said that. They said about a bird that was attacking her, and I was like, is it going to actually be a bird? I really was like, wait, what's going on right now? But yeah, there wasn't too many obvious things that happened. There wasn't like a big clue or anything. Obviously, the ending's kind of crazy. Dale gets shot. Also feels weird just calling him Dale. Cooper gets shot. I really don't know where to go. I forgot to mention Jax a minute ago. Jax is also on my radar. I really don't know what that means now. The dad, is it Leland? He did kill Jax or smother Jax. I don't know if Jax is dead. I can't remember. But he did do that to Jax. So obviously he's grieving. He's avenging his daughter. I have got a little bit of a red flag, a teeny red flag for him. Hank Jennings have got a big red flag for. Jax is a little bit of a radar. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not Leo because that would be too obvious. And yeah, other than that, I'm not sure. I was very nervous for Shelley, I won't lie. Shelley and Bobby, I'm like, if either of those two die, I'm gonna be really sad. Orbit wasn't in it too much, so I don't know who it's gonna be. I think there's a chance that whoever shot Dell at the end is not connected or not the person who actually is the murderer. I also expect that the next episode is gonna be just Dell like, oh, like I had my bulletproof vest on or something. I'm not sure. I really don't know what's gonna happen now. Yeah, I really don't know. I have made a list of the stuff, like the timeline that I'm aware of. So she's with Josie. She's, you know, from 5 to 6. She says nervous about meeting Jay. Okay, we know that. She sneaks out the house at 9:30. So there's a 3.5 hour gap there. And then from what I would guess, see, this isn't confirmed now. I would guess she meets up with James at this point. Because she said earlier on, nervous about meeting Jay. So I would guess she meets up with James. We know at 12:30, so 3 hours after she snuck out the house. At 12:30, she jumps off the bike and runs into the forest. I would say at this point, maybe this is now me spitballing. At this point, she's abducted / meets up with Leo and Jax and Renette. They have that whole thing going on. That covers the laughing 2 girls, 2 men. And then flashlights pass by. Later, there's footsteps, 1 man. So I would say she's tied up with them. The bird attacks her. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff happens. Then she either escapes or is let go. I don't think they're going to kill her, those 2. And then she's in the forest on her own. And then that's when someone possessed by Bob attacks her. I don't know who that someone is going to be. My radar is right now is it could be Hank. It could be Jacoby, but I'm really doubting that now. And it could be the dad. Her dad. But that doesn't make sense because they had the Mystery Man thing, actually. Okay, and now I'm not sure. Because there was the tape with the Mystery Man where she said she had a Mystery Man. Clearly the Mystery Man is who did it. But that doesn't make sense because it's her dad. So yeah, I don't know, actually. In that case, I'm going to lock in Hank. But I have no idea. This video is now, I realise, going to be very annoying because I don't know if I'm right or not. I mean, I'm probably not. I definitely am not, actually. But I don't know if anything I said is right. I'm just going to edit this video. And it's probably going to be really annoying for everyone because they're not going to know. The other thing as well is it's probably going to be a good while until this video actually goes out. I.e., I would have watched Season 2 or part of Season 2 before this goes out, probably. So I don't know what to do here. What I'm probably going to do is still do the same kind of thing I've been doing. Where I've been doing my kind of guesses as I go along, as I watch Season 2. If people watch this and they're like, oh, you know, I would like to see you try and still do this, try and work out on Season 2, then maybe I'll finish and make that a video. If this comes out, everyone's like, dude, what you're on about, like, it's stupid, you know, this is wrong, then maybe I won't do a Season 2 video. I'm going to really leave it up to people. I've never done that kind of thing before. I don't expect any, I don't even know if anyone's going to even watch this. But I'm going to end the video here. I know that's very annoying. That's been my kind of reaction and analysis of Season 1. I don't know how I've done. I probably missed a lot. A lot's probably gone over my head. But yeah, I've been James. Thank you for watching. Did I solve Twin Peaks Season 1? Not really. Thank you for watching. I've been James. Bye.